Because my
Also, we've
understanding
got
it wasn't.
a Cody Arnold too, right?
Yeah, we're ready on that, Judge.
All right.
If that's what you
Get
want to do.
Mr. Dixon, you sit right over there. You're in timeout, right over there,
We're not gonna-
right over there. Your bond has been revoked. Your bond has been.
Nerds, time to get served. It's your boy Phil. I just want to say thank you to Biggin for showing this channel some love today, and I'll be going live when I hit 2K, probably in the next couple days. Today I got a juicy PPO bond revocation hearing at a Judge Brian Kurtman's courtroom, and I promise you haven't seen this one anywhere. So let's roll, nerds.
Terminate the personal protective order and the plaintiff petitioner's motion to show cause. What I'm going to do is start out, Mr. Black, Ms. Johnson. I'll have both of you sworn in. So if you would raise your right hands, and then we'll take some testimony.
Okay. Do you both solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
No.
I'll leave this, Mr. Jordan, I'll let you proceed, and then we can get testimony as we go. And that way, might be more efficient to do that than have parties rambling.
Okay, Your Honor, and I'm basically here just in regard to the show cause that was filed by Ms. Johnson.
Understand.
Okay. And then Ms. Johnson, well, and I guess before we got started, I would just ask the court to take judicial notice that the PPO was properly served on December 7th, 2022. And that is when Mr. Black received a copy of the PPO.
Okay. Mr. Black, are you disputing that you received a copy of that PPO?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Magnuson. The court will take judicial notice of its file.
All right, thank you. Ms. Johnson, back on December 30th of 2022, there come a time when you saw Daniel approach either your vehicle or was near your home?
It wasn't my home, it was my boyfriend's home. He followed us.
Okay. And what happened on that day? What did you see?
I seen him run into his car, jumping into his vehicle after he slashed two or more of my tires.
Okay. And did you see him buy your car?
No, I didn't see him buy him my car, but my boyfriend did.
Okay. And so when you saw him running away from your car?
Yeah, I heard the pop. I jumped up, ran to the door because I've been having so many other times my tires been slashed. So we was watching my car.
Okay.
We was watching it. So when we heard the pop, we ran to the door. I ran to the door.
And you saw?
Yes, I see him jumping in his car, making a right on South Ave and then a left on Dickman, going towards his home.
Okay. And so does Mr. Black live anywhere near your boyfriend's home?
No.
Okay. And then I want to direct your attention to January 6th of 2022, or I'm sorry, 23. So literally a month ago. Were you doing something different with your vehicle at that point than you normally?
Yes, I was hiding my car. I was parking my car somewhere else, getting a ride home. And this day, I parked my car, and when we was walking to the store, we observed Mr. Daniels on 20th Street, on Goack Street, about to make the right onto the side road by my street. But when he seen me and my boyfriend walk to the store, he kept going straight up Goack Street. By the time I went in the store and came out, I observed him coming out on 22nd Street, making a left up Goack Street, going back towards 20.
Okay. And so how long were you in?
Why are all my videos, people are so bad with directions? All my videos, people are horrible with directions. You ever heard of Google Maps?
The store?
Not even a minute. It wasn't long. We went to the front counter, got what we wanted, and we came right back out.
Okay. And so when you came back out, was Mr. Black's car like going in a continual path when you first saw it, or did it seem that he was circling the block?
It was like he was circling the block.
Okay. And did he approach you at that time?
No, he did not.
Okay.
I think he was looking for my car because
Alright.
he ended up finding it on the 9th when I had 2 more tires slashed.
Okay, and that's where I'm going to next, is then on January 9th, 2023. There was damage again to your car, is that correct?
Yes.
And where did that take place?
That took place at the spot that I had my car parked at, which wasn't far. It was literally like in the next parking lot, but it was hidden. He didn't see my car for like almost 2 weeks. And then I'm guessing after that night of circling around the block, he found my car. And it was-
Ma'am, don't guess or surmise. Tell us what you observed, okay? You're saying,
Okay.
oh, he must have done this, or he, and you, if you can't
Well, it,
testify to seeing him do something, don't testify to it.
okay, well, I didn't see him do that, but of course we know it was him if I caught him the time before doing it.
Okay, and then ma'am, let's move on from there. On January 10th of 2023, you live in an apartment complex, correct?
Yes,
And did your landlord contact you on January 10th?
yes, she did. She
Okay.
contacted me at work.
And what did she contact you in reference to?
She contacted me telling me that I needed to come to the buildings. My little sister observed him wiping feces on the wall that morning.
Okay. And was there a video that your landlord showed you?
Yes.
And what did you see in the video?
No video. Was Daniel with his black jacket on and his book bag.
Okay. And where was he?
He was in the laundry room.
Of your apartment building?
Yes.
Okay. And again, Mr. Black, does he live in that apartment building?
No, he used to stay in this building. That's how he had keys to the building.
Okay. But at that time, he had no business
No.
being in that.
No business. No.
Okay. And you saw him on video in your building?
Yes.
And
And
when
my
did,
little sister seen. I'm sorry.
no, and when was that video taken? Was it taken that day or the day before?
No, it was taken that day, that morning.
That morning. Okay. And then on that same day, a little bit later, did you have another situation where you saw Mr. Black?
Yes. He pulled up at the store across the street from my job twice.
Okay. And how close is that store? Where do you work in relationship to where Mr. Black lives?
I work far away. Like he shouldn't have to come to that store.
Okay. And he's aware that you work. How long have you worked at where you're currently working, ma'am?
4 years. He knows my schedule.
Okay. And so what kind of store was across the street from where you work? Was it
It was a gas station.
okay. And so it's not like a particular store that he can't only get whatever he may.
No, he's passing by several stores to get to that store.
Okay. And it's
Several
not
gas stations.
that carries something specific that he needs.
No.
Okay. All right. Your Honor, I don't have any questions in regard to the violations at this time.
Okay.
for this
Mr.
witness.
Black, do you have any questions of the petitioner?
I'm at a loss, sir. What
Well, Mr. Jordan has asked, did the direct examination. You have a right to cross-examine Ms. Johnson if you have any questions about anything she's testified to.
okay. So that's a prosecutor, or I mean a lawyer in the case.
That's a prosecutor, yes.
Okay. So that's the prosecutor in this case
Yes.
on her behalf.
That just
So Mr. Black is a very confusing fellow. He doesn't know whether he's the defendant or the prosecutor. He has a lot of stuff going on. He's got a lot of disorganization going on, and he says a very lucid personality. All right, so he's very entertaining.
Questioner, correct.
Um, so basically you're asking if I can ask her any questions on what.
I'm not asking you. You can ask questions if you have questions to ask.
Oh, I'm just, well, I'm at a loss because, I'm at, uh, yes, the question I gotta ask then is there any, is there any, video proof of all these, because of all these accusations? Or is it just basically off of what a person says?
I don't have video proof, but I have witnesses that was there. And they are all here now.
Okay, so the witnesses.
The only video that I have is when my tires were slashed the first time and your sister's vehicle was on camera and someone getting out, slashing it. And I sent that to the judge.
Okay, then, Your Honor. These are
Don't argue to me, sir. This is the time to ask questions. If you have no questions, then we'll conclude that.
okay. That's what I was just gonna get to then. If these are the allegations that she's putting against me, then I have no further questions. We can get to my we
Okay.
could. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Jordan, are there any other witnesses?
I don't believe we need other witnesses at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any witnesses or any evidence to present Mr. Black concerning the violation?
Well then, yes, sir, I do. Well, I gave you all my evidence. First of all, my evidence is all the
Okay, if
police
you have
report-
evidence, reference what the evidence is, sir. Some of the stuff
yes,
you
sir.
sent to us, you sent us some videos. We weren't able to find anything on the videos. And I think we had you resubmit some other documents as well, but you're gonna have to bring those up at this point and reference those because court's not gonna search and produce any evidence that you had.
Yes, sir. I want to say it should be exhibit. It should be either exhibit G or exhibit H of the police reports.
Okay,
So he's very disorganized. And I'm sure it's a lot. You're going pro se. You're representing yourself. I'm sure it's very nerve wracking. To defend yourself. I've never done it personally, but I'm sure it's very nerve wracking. And Judge Kirkman's being as patient as he can without guiding him through the case. Which, if you watch a lot of court shows, court Zooms, I'm sorry. There's judges who lead and kind of side with some people sometimes, and you could see it. And Judge Kirkman is doing the best he can by staying impartial and not leading him to anything to help him out.
I'm not going to introduce any police reports, sir. So if you have other exhibits, et cetera.
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know because that was the exhibits, because everything that she stated on there was all accusations. Nothing actually seen me do nothing.
Okay.
And the only two times that she actually had witnesses that said they seen me do something is the time where I actually gave you the video. I gave you the video footage for January the 10th. Where
that's not the date we're talking about.
Ma'am, it's not your time to talk, so please be quiet.
is January the 10th is when she said that she had witness, her sister was the witness of me being at the building, and as for and it was at what time in the morning, because I showed, oh man, I can't, I want to say it should be exhibit Z, my time clock record for when I was at work and when I clocked in and out at work.
Yeah. What?
And what exhibit is that?
I didn't actually have it wrote down on me. It should be, I'm so sorry, sir. Hold on, sir. I could pull it up right now and let you know.
Please do so, because I can't guess at what it is, sir.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Now we're going to get to introduce some evidence. So he's pulling up evidence off his phone.
It's going to be,
Mr. Black is very,
it should be just,
very
it
pensive
should be
moment.
exhibit E or F. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay. Can we pull those up?
You should be able.
Mr. Flores? Mr. Flores, can we pull up exhibits E or F?
Mr. Flores is the tech guy. Mr. Flores is the one that swears everybody in Kirkman's
Jesus,
courtroom.
can you hear me?
He's yelling at Jesus.
No, exhibits E or F is going to be the,
It should be there.
oh, no, it's exhibit G.
Every time you see the state of Michigan in Kirkman's Zoom, that means there's technical difficulties. It's hysterical. So on the really bad cases in Kirkman's room, you see it just flash. They flash like 30 times. It's so funny. It got a little bit of it today, and Jesus wasn't paying attention. Kirkman was like, "Hey, sir." Kirkman's a little stuffy old man. I love him.
Sir,
It's
I
G.
apologize.
Okay.
Yes, because
Jesus, it's exhibit G. It's not E or F.
yes, because exhibits, the one that I sent you that was exhibits E and F.
I don't care about that now. You're trying to do G,
okay.
so we'll address those later if you want to get into those.
Yes, sir. Well, exhibit G should show my time out, my clock in and clock out sheet. And it shows that on the 10th.
Okay, let us pull it up first, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna take us just a quick second. You should be able to put it on.
State sign. Technical difficulties. Jesus.
Uno momento, por favor.
No, that's just not.
Perhaps bring the exhibit up that way.
Where did you send them to?
I borrowed it to you. That is his screen.
There we go. Here we go.
Is my screen now sharing, Judge?
There we
Yeah,
go.
sir.
Okay. All right.
Let's roll.
Okay, nope, that's the wrong one. It's I said G.
Okay.
Well, this is my clock in, and this is from my job. I Stanley, if you see.
Yep.
Can you see it, Judge?
We can see it.
Okay. And we go down here to the 10th.
Okay.
And that is my schedule. When I'm supposed to work, I'm supposed to clock in at 10:30. I mean at 10 p.m. And I wasn't supposed to clock out till 6:30. My actual, I clocked in on the 10th, I clocked in at 9:55, and I didn't clock out till 6:32 a.m.
Okay,
Okay, so that shows I was at work from that point in that time, Your Honor. And now, since I'm able to show my screen, since you say you wasn't able to see the video that I was able to send you.
okay,
I
hold
would like-
on, sir, hold on. Do you have any questions of the petitioner?
What?
Ms.
The,
Johnson, she had testified on direct, and I'm just asking you if you have any questions for her. We've got to get through it one stage at a time, and it's getting confusing by
okay, then
jumping
I
back and
understand.
forth.
Okay, yes, sir, I understand now. So I'm asking the petitioner, at what time was on the 10th that this situation supposed to had occurred, that I was at the building that her sister seen me?
What's your answer, Ms. Johnson? You're muted. You've muted yourself.
I'm muted, sir?
Yep, go ahead. We
All
can hear you now.
Yes. From my understanding, it was around 6:30, but like I say, I could be wrong. Because like I said, I wasn't there. So I'm not sure.
Okay,
Okay.
around 6:30 AM, PM, what?
AM.
Okay. So your Honor, she said it was around 6:30 a.m. We see I didn't clock out from my job until 6:32 a.m.
But like I was saying, I can be wrong. That was just my guess.
Okay.
Okay, then, Your Honor. Well, then, just to justify it even more further, I did send you these videos as evidence, but you said y'all wasn't able to pull it up on the flash drive. If y'all, I can still show you that video, and you can drag through it to where you can see I have 4 cameras that are set up on my house, Your Honor, to where the 2 cameras on my in my front yard was.
Okay, sir, let's address this first. Do you have any more questions of Ms. Johnson?
Not in the fact of with this or.
Okay, you either do or you don't, sir, not.
Okay, my other question is, on that same day, I was your boyfriend did a PPO saying with you, and you're saying that he was also one of your witnesses to say that he seen me that day also at the gas station, and I drove by your job multiple times that day. At what time could you give a time about that I drove by your job that day?
It was between, you talking about when you was at the store across the street?
All I know is you have paperwork on your violation stating on the 10th that you and your boyfriend seen me drive across at that gas station multiple times.
It was me and several people. We even got pictures of you in my phone. I should have submitted that too, but I wasn't really thinking about that day specific.
Okay, ma'am, he asked
My
you what
day is,
time? Okay,
between
that's the
8:30 and 9 o'clock.
Okay,
8:30 and 9 o'clock. Okay.
Yes.
Well, since that is being said, like I said, Your Honor, I have video evidence to prove that on that day, once I got home off of work, my car pulled up in my driveway at 6:50 in the morning, sir.
okay, sir, you'll have a chance to present that when it's your time to testify.
I'm sorry, this
Okay,
was
then,
8:30 to 9 o'clock PM, not in the morning. I don't work mornings.
Yes, I understand. Yes, I understand.
Sir, just ask any more questions you have.
Well, then, I don't have no more questions, sir.
Okay.
I have no more questions.
Okay, Mr. Jordan, do you have any redirect?
Ma'am, you state that you have pictures of him going past your work?
No, I have a picture of him at the pump across the street at the store from my job.
Okay, and is that on your phone at this time?
Yes, it is, but I do not know how to do that screen share.
Okay. It looks like you have it. No.
If she's trying to share, then Mr. Black has to stop. It can only be one participant at a time.
Okay, I stopped.
And ma'am, on the bottom of your phone, it should say screen share. Do you see that on your phone, ma'am?
Yes, I see it, but it's not letting me select all my photos. Yeah, it's only let me share the ones that I actually just had downloaded to my phone. Because all of my photos is in my Google photos.
Well, if we don't have it, Mr. Jordan, please move along.
All right. And you said that was
Yeah.
that was in the evening that you saw that, is that?
Yeah,
correct?
8:30 and between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, because we were just closing up the store. I have a witness to that also, and I also had another witness, but her mom had a doctor's appointment today, so she couldn't make it, but she was here the last time.
Who was with you at work who witnessed it?
My manager, her name is Elizabeth Taylor, and it was several other people that were there, but she was the main person that was going to be a witness for me.
Taylor.
Yeah, she was the one that took the photo for me and sent it to me. Because, like I say, when something happened, I don't think about my phone, grabbing my phone and video and pictures. But she got a chance to get a picture for me that day, and she's the one that sent it to me.
All right, thank you. I don't have any other questions for this.
Okay.
one.
Mr. Black, any other recross?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay, thank you.
And then,
Mr. Jordan, any other witnesses?
yeah, is Elizabeth Taylor with you at this time?
No, she was the one, she had to take her mom's to a doctor's appointment today at 11, so she couldn't make it.
Okay.
I have witnesses from the day that we caught him slashing 2 of my tires.
And what is the person's name who saw him?
I have my boyfriend, which is Devontae Hightower, and his mom.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd call Devontae Hightower at this time.
Okay.
Ooh, now the boyfriend's coming in. Told you, juicy. He's getting juicy.
I'm shaking.
Hello.
Sure, we'll have you sworn in. Raise your right hand, please, and then we'll proceed.
Okay, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Jordan.
Thank you. You may place your hand down, sir. And would you state your name, spelling your last for the record, please?
My name is Devontae Hightower. Hightower spelled Hightower.
Okay. And do you know a Daniel Black?
Yes, I do.
How do you know Daniel Black?
I know Daniel Black through my girlfriend.
Okay. And have you, outside of today, have you met him before, saw him before?
Outside of today?
Yeah.
Yes, I have many occurrences with Daniel Black, with him following me, busting my windows, spray painting my car. I put a PPO out on him.
Okay. And then was there a time when you were with Miss Johnson?
So he's got a PPO out on him, and the girlfriend's got a PPO out on him. So there's 2 PPOs out on Mr. Black.
And you saw Mr. Black near her car?
Yes, sir.
And was that on January 9th of 2023?
January 9th. I don't know if it was January 9th. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Was it about a month ago?
No.
When did you
Hey,
see?
hold on.
Mr.
They
Black,
talking about the tires being slashed when he came to the house. It was the 30th, December 30th.
okay. So back on December 30th of 2022, were you at your house or where were you?
And we was at my house. We had just clocked out of work, pulled up. I seen him drive by. I was looking out the window because he's been constantly slashing tires. He's been constantly doing all this. So we came to my house on 179 South Avenue. I seen him drive by, and then I seen him drive by again. Next thing I know, he was in the yard by my girlfriend's tire because I parked the car in my yard because he constantly is slashing the tires. He's constantly vandalizing
Let's just
stuff.
talk
So
about what.
yes, that's what I'm talking. I'm talking about this event. So he's constantly going through it. So I parked the car in the yard next to my house. I see him. We hear the tire pop. Boom. I see his head stick up, look dead at me, and take off running towards Warren Street where his car was parked. His door was open and everything. He hopped in the car and turned on South Avenue. Turned right on South Avenue. I started chasing after the car and everything. And he turned left on Dickman. Went straight down Dickman. Meanwhile, while that was going on, I called the police and informed them on what was going on while it was going on.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions for Mr. Hightower.
Okay. Mr. Black, do you have any questions of Mr. Hightower?
Yes, sir, I do. Mr. Hightower, you're sitting here stating that right now, sworn testimony that you've seen all this. You're testifying that
Yes,
you've
yep,
seen this.
yep. I seen this. I seen you look dead at me. I seen you pop the tire. I seen you run to your black Audi and hop in the car and take off and leave. Yes, I chased you. You look dead at me. I look dead at you.
Okay.
You was wearing a black hat and coat, all that. Yeah.
Okay. And so with that being said, sir, I'd like to ask a question then. You also, since I don't know if I could bring it up, but I think you brought it up, so it should be okay. You said you also have a PPO order against me too?
Yeah, I sent
Yes,
it
Your
out.
Honor, I would
Everything.
just ask the relevance of this.
Yeah. What's the relevance, Mr. Black?
Because the relevance is because on his PPO order that he also stated on the 10th that he seen me also. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody keeps stating that
Mr. Black, you can ask the question.
The reverence of it is the fact of it is you're stating that you've actually seen me. You actually seen me on the 10th.
I said it was the 30th. We're talking about the 30th. I seen you on the 30th.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I seen you.
No.
I don't know.
Mr. Hightower, Mr. Hightower, stop.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
Wait till I ask you the question.
Yes. He said the question, if I'm correct, right? You asked was, did I see you on the 10th?
That's correct.
Yes, sir.
Right, because I guess he said I made it. So what was it? The feces. Oh yes. Across the street from the store when he was at the gas station. Yes. He pulled up at the gas station. He pulled up on one of the pumps at around 8:30 something. Yes, and then he pulled up. He went in towards the store. He patted his pockets and stuff. Looked like he forgot a wallet or whatever. He forgot something. I don't know. It just looked like he misplaced something. Hopped back in his car, took off, going back down 20th Street towards Dickman area.
Okay. Next question. Mr. Black. Hold on. Don't have a question. Go ahead.
All right. So that right there, because Your Honor, I have no further questions because
if you have no further questions, then stop. Okay.
Yes, sir. I have no further questions.
Okay. Any redirect, Mr. Jordan?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Any additional witnesses, Mr. Jordan?
I guess I believe I may have some police officers. I don't know if I could have a brief recess to speak to them in a breakout room. Just to see what they saw and heard.
Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes, but we've got another hearing that we're got to get through too as well.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I'll just take a couple minutes, Your Honor.
okay, who is the officer that you have?
I apologize, I don't have that list with me.
Judge, I should, do I take us off? Okay, there they go.
Are excused, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, officers, deputies, and we're not going to use you today anyway, so you're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You as well.
Thank you. Dillinger.
Officer
not
Dillinger, we're
fair.
going to apparently proceed with.
So they had 3 officers, and after the breakout room, they decided to only use the one officer, Officer Dillinger. So that's what that little fiasco was. I know I'm jumping a little bit. I apologize, but it's better for you for the viewing instead of us just going through that with my fine middle-aged man editing skills.
If you would raise your right hand, we'll have you sworn in, then we'll proceed.
All right.
Okay. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Go ahead, Mr. Jordan, when you're ready.
Thank you. And would you state your name for the record, please?
Taylor Dellinger.
And could you spell your last name, please?
Yep. Dellinger.
Thank you. And where are you employed, ma'am?
Battle Creek Police Department.
Okay, and your position there?
Road patrol officer.
Okay, and were you working in that capacity? I believe it was on December 30th of 2022.
I was.
All right. And did you get called to a complaint by Ms. Johnson?
I did.
And what was that complaint in regard to?
It was in regards to a malicious destruction of property where she stated her tires had been slashed.
Okay, and did she state who she saw caused the property damage?
When I made contact with her, she said that she was inside of her residence, and she saw Mr. Black's black Audi pull up. He got out of his vehicle, slashed the 2 tires, and then took off running back towards his vehicle, where he then left the area.
Okay.
Do they call it an Audi in Michigan? In Jersey, we call it an Audi, like an Audi belly button. Leave a comment and tell me if you say it like New Jersey or if you say like Michigan. Audi or Audi? A-U-D-I, right? Okay, I just found that little cuckoo.
And in response to that, did you try to make contact with Mr. Black that evening?
I did. I attempted to make phone contact with no answer, and I drove to the address we had on file, which was, I believe, on I'll have to check back. It was over in Urbandale somewhere, which was the last known address we had for him. His vehicle was not parked outside, and we did not make contact with him there either.
Okay. Was that on a Spalding Avenue?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any other questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Black, do you have any questions of Officer Dellinger?
Yes, I do, sir. Ms. Dillinger, you stated that you tried to make contact with me that night by telephone.
Yes.
Okay, for the records, could you give me that telephone number, please?
I don't have that phone number on me. It's just whatever was in our system at the time of the incident.
Okay, then, because with that being said, I have no records of you calling me that night.
Sir,
And
this
that's
isn't your time to testify. It's your turn, time to
oh
ask questions.
okay, yes, sir. Well then my next question then is
Mr. Black.
you said that you came to my address and my car wasn't here.
Correct.
Okay. So when you came here, there was no car in there. There was no car at all parked in the driveway.
No.
Okay. So you did not see a 2009 silver Impala parked in the driveway.
To my knowledge, I don't remember any vehicles being in the driveway, but in specific, we were looking for a black Audi.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
See,
Okay.
Audi.
Any
Audi.
redirect?
It's
Mr.
Audi,
Jordan?
right?
I'd like to thank and excuse Officer Dillinger.
Thank you, Officer Dillinger. You're excused. Have a good day.
Thank you, you as well.
Any other witnesses, Mr. Jordan?
No, I would like to call Elizabeth Taylor, but obviously she is unable to be here at this time. I don't know if the court would entertain a motion to adjourn to allow her to testify.
What is your response to that, Mr. Black?
For waiting for her to adjourn for the testimony.
Mr. Jordan wants to adjourn the matter, so we'd have to adjourn it a week or two.
No, sir.
Okay. Well, the court has had this matter back before the court twice before, Mr. Jordan, that we've adjourned to accommodate the parties, so I'm not going to adjourn it any further, so.
Okay, thank you. I don't believe I do not have any other questions at this, or witnesses at this time.
Okay. Mr. Black, do you wish to render testimony at this time?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, you're under oath, so go ahead and tell me what you'd like me to be aware of.
Okay, well, first of all, like I said, I gave you the video evidence.
Well, do you have it, sir? Do you have it on your,
Yeah,
where you could share it?
yes, sir, I can share it. Like I said, only thing to be so you can, because it's a video footage of from my whole day, sir.
Oh, okay.
So I can share it, but then I can like drag it to where you seeing that is no skipping. It's just showing you the complete day within that whole day, where you see where my front door doesn't open, and then I can show where my back door doesn't open.
Okay.
Until the police get here that day. And these are the days.
Which day was that, sir?
This is January the 10th, sir. The day that I'm accused of being at the property, and the day that her witness.
Sir, the date of the property was December 30.
No, not that. No, the date that she's talking about is at the apartment at her boyfriend's house. They have no video evidence of that day of them
Correct.
saying
Correct.
of them saying that. It's only speculation and hearsay, because
Okay.
it's like
Well,
this right here.
It's testimony, sir.
Well, yes, you're right, sir. It is testimony, but I'm here to prove that their testimony is poisonous, is fruits of a poisonous tree.
Okay, well, let's address the December 30 day. Do you have any video for the December 30 day?
No, sir. If I would have been fully aware of this prior to that, because my video cameras only record, it only holds 10 days worth of footage, then it rewrites over itself, sir. If I was
Okay.
prior, if I would have knew prior, I would have got that video footage.
The answer is
Yes.
no. The answer is no,
No.
sir, correct? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. If you want to pull up the video of the 10th, we can look at that.
Yes, sir, I will. I'll start sharing my screen. This is the video of my back door, sir.
Okay.
And if you see, it's at 6:49, January the 10th. And I'm finna drag it so you can see that my car is gonna pull. You see, my car pulls in. That's me getting out my car at 6:50 something. And then as you see, I go in, and as it drags, I do not leave my house all day. My car stays in that spot. And this is my back door. And this is the 10th where they say they seen me at that building and seen me driving past her job multiple times. And my car never leaves. My Audi is back. My Audi is inside the garage.
Well, we can't see anything inside the garage, isn't that correct?
Well,
sir?
yeah. Well, yes, sir. I understand. But as you see, my car never leaves. My car never cranks up. My car never leaves, sir. And right now, it is 9. It is 9 o'clock right now, sir. It is 9 o'clock. And now you're finna see. That's when I crank my car up at 9:37, right before I get the phone call from the police officers wanting to come to my house to look at my video camera. And then you will see that that's when I leave at 10. I'm late for work because I leave after. And then this is the video of my front door, sir. This is, well, hold on. This is the video of my front door of when I come home, sir. So you can see the front door of my house. And I never leave out my front door. As you've seen, I never left out my back door. And this is me pulling up at the same time, January the 10th at 6:50 in the morning, sir. This is me pulling in. And now this is video throughout the whole day. I never leave. Nobody comes inside or outside my house all day. And we're going to get all the way, we're going to get to when it gets to 20, you'll see that's when the police come. Oh, that's where this video ended. That's the video.
Okay, go ahead. Any other testimony, sir?
And the only other thing is like what I had said when he testified about me being, that's why I'm saying that he's saying that he's seen
Okay,
me.
you have to identify who he is, sir. We're making a
yes,
record
sir.
of this.
My apologies, you're right. Mr. Hightower said that he's seen me also, and he got some PPO order stating this, and that these are all lies because he's making these statements saying that he's seen me on this day, and I just showed video proof. No one could have seen me that day. No one, because I was at my house that whole day. So they if they're saying that they seen me, they saying that they're telling a lie. If they're saying they seen me on that day, they're telling a lie, and they all just testified under oath that they just seen me on this day at these times.
Okay, anything else, sir?
No, sir. That's all that's all my evidence that I
Oh.
have.
Okay, Mr. Jordan, any cross?
No, Your Honor, I don't have any cross for this one.
Okay. Thank you. That looks like that concludes our evidence at this point. Mr. Jordan, any closing argument?
Your Honor, in regard to this case, we've had two witnesses testify that on December 30th, 2022, that Mr. Black approached Ms. Johnson's vehicle. Ms. Johnson obviously testified that she heard a popping sound and saw Mr. Black running away from the car. Mr. Hightower said that he heard the popping sound, made eye contact with Mr. Black, who then jumped into his car and left the scene. Police officer Dillinger reported that she went to the house later after that. Obviously did not have any contact with Mr. Black. His vehicle was not at the home, the Audi that they were looking for. And so I believe petitioners met their burden in regard to that violation. In regard to the 10th, where we just saw the video shown by Mr. Black, he arrives home at 6:50 a.m. Violation 4 in the petition states this happened around 6:30. There is a 20-minute gap between when he punched out of work and when he got home, that he could have went through and done this at that time. Again, there's the other violation of cross work. We had a witness who took a picture of him at the gas station across the way from him, but was unable to testify. Again, while his car was there, and he shows the two different perspectives, they were scanned through quite quickly. But I do believe he's violated this PPO multiple times in multiple ways, and we're asking the court to hold him in contempt for violating the PPO at this time.
Okay, Mr. Black, any closing argument by you?
Before we hear from Mr. Black, do you think the prosecutor made a case for the PPO? What do you think?
Yes, sir. My closing argument is that the state hasn't proven without a reason. The prosecutor hasn't proven, having given no physical evidence to prove any of these allegations to be true. The witnesses that they're using is showing that their testimony is fruits of a poisonous tree, because I showed that there's evidence that show that I was at home on the days that they're accounting me for, and then
Yes.
for them to sit there and try to use a witness that wasn't even here that I could even face is unjustifiable. Everything that the prosecutor has used is all under speculation. There's no surface evidence, as in I have shown concrete evidence of my clock out of when I was at work to where they're saying that I was doing this stuff, and then when I was at home from the times where they're trying to say that I was accused of this stuff. And just like the prosecutor just stated, that there's a 20-minute window that I could have allegedly done this from the time that I clocked out is actually false statements on the prosecutor, because I clocked out. If I clocked in, if it's shown at 6:50, me pulling at my house at 6:50, and I clocked out at 6:32, that means it's only an 18-minute window. And that means I had to drive from my job, I Stanley, to her house on Gowag Street, which I could pull up right now because I already did it in Google Maps, and will show you that it will take exactly 19 minutes for me to go from I Stanley to her job, and from I Stanley, from my job, from I Stanley, my job, to her apartment building, from her apartment building back to to my house. That is travel time of 19 minutes. It is travel time. That is not including the time that I had to actually go inside of this building that they're claiming that I did this in. So yes, you cannot sit there and you cannot use that of a time, that little brief window period. That's the time frame that I had to drive from work to home. So all I'm saying is, all I'm going to close this on is that the prosecutor has no physical evidence that shows that I have committed any wrongdoing on this PPO violation. And I have showed that I have did everything within this PPO that shouldn't even be against me right now. And I end with that, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Jordan, anything else?
Well, yeah, Your Honor, he did skip over the 2 eyewitness accounts in this matter, and there was no evidence placed by him as to how long it takes him to drive from work to home. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Well, the court is cognizant of that. The court does note that obviously it would take him some period of time to drive home. The court can take judicial notice of, again, I Stanley, where it's located in Fort Custer, and his address that he's identified in these proceedings. We're looking at really at 2 dates, the December 13, 2022 date and the January 10th, 2023 date. And obviously the respondent has produced, again, the video evidence that we were able to see, seeing that he did not leave his house on that date, notwithstanding the testimony of the petitioner and Mr. Hightower as well. The court will note in this particular matter that the testimony on the 30th, on December 30th, is different. There was direct eyewitness testimony from those individuals, but the court does note that in every case, credibility is an issue. And court notes that simply when people testify, oftentimes their testimony is, I guess you say, impacted or influenced by their bias, prejudice, understanding, misunderstanding of the facts. And the court doesn't infer that a person who testified wrongly is trying to lie, but notwithstanding it, they may have incorrect testimony. In this particular matter, we have testimony that directly that Mr. Black was at the Mr. Hightower's home on the December 30th date, and that Mr. Hightower also testified that he saw him on the 10th when he was apparently across at a gas station across from the petitioner's work, and the petitioner had testified as well that Mr. Black was at that gas station across from her place of work on that date as well. When the court looks at all of the evidence in this matter to find the respondent in criminal contempt, the court would have to find beyond a reasonable doubt that he in fact did the alleged offense. If it's civil contempt, it's by clear and convincing evidence. Based upon the testimony and the contradictory testimony, the court cannot find that Mr. Black was guilty of criminal nor civil contempt in this matter, and as a result, the court is going to deny the petition in this particular case. I would note that again, there was no prohibition on Mr. Black being at the gas station on January 10th, 2023 in any event, because the PPO provides that he can't be on a property owned by the petitioner, by leased or occupied by her or at her residence. It does say that he can't appear within her site, but appearing at a public place does not, again, infer that he was within her sight at that particular time. So as a result, the court will deny and not find Mr. Black in contempt of court. That'll be the ruling of the court. We'll conclude this matter at 12:23 p.m. You're free to go. Have a good day.
Wow, Mr. Black represents himself, goes pro se and takes it. What do you think, guys? Post in the comments and let me know. See you later, core nerds.